And, you know, we were in a place, I think it was like a cousin's place or whatever. So we got in there, you know, got ready and blah, 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 you know, kissing and doing what have you. And when she took her top off, her tits came down by her flipping knees. Her tits just sagged like something mad, bruv. And you gotta think that I'm young. I've never ever seen anything like that before in my life.
Was like the Nasdaq.
It just stock exchange. It just came out the bra. It came out of the bra, and it just. I was waiting for it to just to sit there for me to just
any Brexit breast.
You know.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects, welcome to Eloquently Saying Nothing, the podcast. This is episode number 17. I'm Stavros Boss, and in the room we have Mr. Wolf.
Yes, people, how are we? Happy to be here as per usual.
We have Simple Simon.
Simple Simon is drained. I'm drained of energies. But blessings to everybody out there.
We have Big Wahala.
What's going on, good? I keep doing that now, innit? What's going on, good? What's good, people? Wahala's in the building.
And we have
Jermaine.
What's his
Web
name?
Slinger, my friend.
DJ Web Slinger, a.k.a. that actor.
Uptown girl, she's been living in an uptown world. I bet she never had a black street guy. Bet her mother never told her why. I'm gonna try.
Oh,
What's going on, people? It's your boy Webbs. Yeah.
you're not gonna do. And when she won,
No, people don't need to hear him.
Yeah. That's why I've got bad backing singers.
You said Blackstreet instead of Backstreet. Yeah,
Black Street guy. That's right. That's what she wants.
He did a little remix there.
Episode 17, she swallowed all the protein.
oh my goodness!
Oh wow.
You know what? I rate you for that one. You know, I rate you for that one because I never thought of anything that would marry me 17.
Yeah.
But he said the protein.
She was
Is it protein?
17.
It's sperm's protein.
Yeah, it's meant to be protein.
It's more zinc than anything.
You know, since we're on this topic of sex, something came up just before we started recording, so we'll just continue it.
Can I just ask, why are we always talking about sex? Not that I have a problem with it.
Are we?
I don't think we do.
The last episode was very relationship based and sexually orientated.
Well, then blame that on Stavros for picking those questions.
Okay.
Go on, sexy stuff.
So I'll take responsibility for that one. But this one, it wasn't brought up by me, but we were speaking about it before. It was entertaining. We put it on hold. We started recording, and now...
What was the question?
Let's just jump into it. Oh, all right, and the question was,
I can't even
does
remember.
your main missus, the woman...
Do we have side with me?
No,
I'm not siding with me. I got one woman.
this is the thing with Wahala. You don't let people finish before you jump in. Remind me of a woman. So, does your... Yes. Does your wife, main missus, your woman... partner, you know, main spouse, whatever. You know, I'm just trying to talk about the person that your significant other.
You get there.
Should they deserve, or do they deserve the best bang you can ever give in your life, or is it just that fortunately or unfortunately, it happens when it happens? And if you happen to be with this person when you're in your 50s and you've gone past the stage of being able to bang like you did in your 30s or 20s, that, you know, that's it.
Of course they
Or
deserve
do you have to step up?
Of course they deserve it. Yeah.
Why?
Because they're your woman. You want to give them the best that you can. Why wouldn't you want to give them the best bang? It's whether can you now give them the best bang.
Okay, all right.
You understand? Because we're now of age. We ain't in our prime years. Because I know that Simple Simon has spoke many times about his prime years in looks and performance. So for me, it's whether can you give your woman the best penis. You know, and
Should you be aiming for it? So let's say somebody like I don't know. Let's say me, I'm overweight. should I be slimming down to give my woman the best that I can give?
Yes.
Well, apparently,
Wow.
Well, if you're giving her a couple of more inches after you slim down, then yeah.
I
I can
apparently,
lift my stomach.
That's a lot of work, though, isn't it?
but apparently, the best if you're in shape, apparently you give better sex
Why is that?
because of the blood circulation to the dick.
Starman.
And by the way, there are some bigger guys that are in better shape than some slim guys. So the whole idea that some guys are bigger than others in terms of weight, it doesn't necessarily
I'm
mean
in shape.
that they are fitter.
I'm in shape. I'm in A shape.
There you go.
Round.
Well, you play football a lot, so
Yeah, but that doesn't mean nothing. Stavros is saying
heart
that.
circulation.
Have you seen me
and blood
wheezing, bruv?
circulation.
Wheezing. Have you seen me wheezing, bruv?
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Isn't it also reliant on your levels of testosterone?
Mine's is all in my hair.
Let me ask you a question. Simple.
I will get Delilah for you.
Let me ask you a quick question.
Lara.
Oh, sorry. Stab what it said.
Go on.
Do you give the same intensity in your entering as you do on your weekly football?
Hold on. This is Mr. Wolf. I just
Do you
want
push
to
the door open or do you
interject.
kick the door open?
Because I haven't seen you guys play football. So when Simple Simon is playing, is he like a Kante type of player? Is he on the ting?
Simple Simon is, how can I put it? Simple Simon, what we like to call back to 95. But I didn't know Simple was 95, so I'm going to say 2000 and, let's say 2000 and, how long have we been playing football together for now?
About 15 years.
About 15 years. So let's say, okay, so what's this now? 2000. So we're like 2002, 2003. Simple Simon. When I first started seeing him, yeah, he was by far in my top 5 footballers I've ever seen play football.
Oh wow,
Right?
Easy.
2017, Simple Simon, he's still in my top 10 footballers I've seen play football.
Wow.
Guy's a G. I give him that. He's a G. Legend. I won't say that he was running up and down, but when he had the football at his feet, he was a magician.
That's an obituary. I can die right now. I can die right now. I've never heard it. I didn't know man was that.
No. Simple was a G at football. He's a G.
So you're saying when you guys play football, he's always the best on the field.
No. That's what I said in my top 5.
So what you're saying is that you see so many people that play better than. So then your ratings don't really mean nothing.
No. What Hala is saying is that, just to go back a little bit, the fact that Simple Simon can play football very, very well. Can you? No,
I've seen some good footballers.
Because you're not in the top 5, it doesn't mean that you're not good. You understand? So the point is,
Nigerian logic.
I've seen footballers that have played for clubs though.
You're a flop.
But I've seen footballers that have played for clubs.
yeah, it's like you have a top 5 in the Premier League, and number 5 will still be an excellent player.
Okay,
You understand? So the point is that Simple Simon plays football very, very well. Do you put as much effort into the bang, and are you as skillful and as dedicated into your football as you are to the bang?
That's the honest answer. I have to be honest.
I'm on the bench in the bedroom.
I'll be honest with you, bruv.
Man, sub boy.
I'll be honest with you, bruv. The star stopped twinkling a little while ago, bruv. I won't lie to you. The stars.
I said he's on the bench in the bedroom.
Man, gives up the captain armband. Gives up the captain armband and takes a seat.
Bruv, I'll take the L, bruv. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll take the L, bruv. Sub me in it. Sub me, bruv. Sub me. Coach, I got cramp. I got cramp.
If you could do like Dr. Manhattan and split yourself into several people, would you sub yourself into? Would your ego allow you to sub yourself sub yourself to yourself?
Yeah, I would sub, man. I would sub. I don't think I'm doing it justice right now. Of course I would. Are you mad? I'm writing letters, secret diary entries to my missus, apologising every single time. Like, I'm not there anymore, bruv. I'm not there.
To the high standards of before.
I used to be good. I'm not to even blow my own trumpet, but I used to be good, and I'm not there anymore. I don't know if that's a self-reflective thing or what have you. Like, maybe outwardly it doesn't seem like that, but I know within myself I don't feel like I'm doing it a justice. Like,
But do you feel you put in the effort though?
I put in the effort.
Well, that's enough, innit? If you're trying,
Nah, man.
Yeah, but it's how much of an effort and how long the effort lasts.
It's demoralizing, bro. It's demoralizing. It is. It's demoralizing, bro.
it sounds like one depressing They're Deirdre.
A depressing
Don't talk
counselling
about my
session.
sex in it. Don't talk about
They're
it.
Deirdre.
Let it go in it. Let it go.
Simple used to be my man.
Okay, should you thank a
They're
woman
auntie.
for sex if she's done a good, like on an individual basis, if she's done a good sex? Should you thank them and say thank you afterwards?
I think you should thank. I think there's nothing wrong with thanking, but I think it's how you say the thank
You know what
you.
I'm saying? Well, so you finish the sentence, you go, thanks, love.
No, don't do like that. So you could be like,
You don't dash money on the table.
Bang, bang, finish. Hey, thank you. Like that. That's how it should come out. It should come out like when you finish. Thank you. We thank God. Maybe you should thank God because remember, God's the one that's supposed to give everybody everything that's good. You thank God. You should thank Him for the bad times and the good times, and that's one of the good times. So maybe you should thank God.
But what if you're doing the sex without your wife?
Well, you're out.
And then she's not married, you're not married, then
What's that got to do with it?
isn't God looked down on that?
No.
Okay.
Which God are we talking?
Nigerian God doesn't mind that one.
Nah, man. I think there's nothing wrong with saying thank you.
Does it have to be verbally? Can it be like via gesture?
Well, like a
What?
pat on the head.
Buy a better banging.
Nah, you have to give her the pat though, man.
What pat? What's this?
Like when you
Pat on the head or pat on the bottom?
Not with a pat
Pat or stroke.
Pat on the
Because
back.
a pat is very condescending.
Nah, man. When you listen, I don't know about you, but when I'm finished, I'm giving myself. I'm like lying down, stressed, finished, complete, stretched out, and then
Did you say stressed?
stretched out?
Okay.
I meant to say stretched out. I'm not stressed out. Sorry. And then what I would do, and then what I might do is just tap the leg nicely, like yes, thank you. That's like my thank you, like yes, yes. I wish you could see my hands so you know what I'm doing. Like yes, yes.
That's the last bit of energy you've got in it.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Can I wipe down with a wet wipe? Be a thank you.
Do you do the post sex wipe down the hot rag?
Hot rag?
You don't know this thing. I didn't teach you it well, did I?
I don't know what you're talking about. Your hot
I
rag.
didn't teach you.
Are you got on this plane?
Yeah,
Are you a servant?
Yes. After this sex, after this thing, yes, you get the cold water. If you get the hot rag, you wipe down the brow of your woman. You wipe her down.
The brow.
Yes, you wipe your woman down.
Like a pregnancy's
Any
occurred.
Like a
ritual.
childbirth. Have none of you done this
Like
before?
a childbirth.
Have none of you done this
you
before?
know-
The forehead, the brow.
You wipe your woman down. After
Oh, you wipe
this.
her down.
No, it doesn't have to be every time, but this could be the thank you for, that was a session and you deserve a cold glass
So what?
and
This
a
is
hot rag.
well. This is like a. What's this, like a bed bath or something?
That's what it sounds like.
That's
Like
what
an
you're gonna call
invalid.
it.
Like when when the old people can't get out of bed.
Okay, no, well, I've got to say,
That's a new
all
one.
the years
Do that.
I've done the thing.
Do that. Do that.
I've never done that.
When her leg has finished shaking, doing that twitching that it does, do that.
The earthquake.
Once-
No, I always provide beverages and what's the other thing?
And condiments.
And condiments, yeah. Or sandwich.
See, that's his way of showing love.
I drink food. No, I always give it. That's drink. You want to drink, love? Yeah, something like that. Cup of tea. But I'm not going down to go and get sweat rag. I might get something to help clean
You want
out
some juice?
but I'm not gonna go.
So hold on. Okay, you wouldn't do
You
that.
want some juice?
Oh, sweat. It's a summer day.
I don't think I'm going to go and get the flannel out of the bathroom to go and.
I'm gonna fix you a sandwich. You want some juice?
Okay.
You know what it is. You know what it is. I'm usually hungry myself.
I'm gonna get something to eat. You want something to eat?
Oh, love. You want a sandwich?
Babe!
We got tuna and chicken. Tuna. Yeah. All right.
Do you want juice or a cuppa? A cuppa, yeah? Milk and two. All right, darling. Good job, yeah? Love ya.
And these times she's upstairs, just looking at herself, thinking, "Look at this idiot. Yeah, better do better the next round."
Oh, hang on, man. We got gherkins.
But why? Oh no! Why did you decide that I've done bad? I never said I was bad.
Well, it all
I'll put
depends
effort,
on what the woman thinks, really.
I put effort, mate.
Have you ever asked
I
your
used to
woman?
rub after.
Have you ever asked? Have any of you asked your woman whether or not the performance was worthy of any acclaim?
Well, sometimes you don't need to ask because of the earthquake leg. The shake.
That could be fake though.
Could be, but
Could be cramp.
I'm sorry.
Do women fake that?
I'm sorry,
I
I'm
know
sorry.
women. I know women fake, but do
But-
they actually
but-
fake the spasms
I
as
don't
well?
know if they fake this.
I don't-
please,
I can't
please,
say
wait.
that I've
All right,
had that.
Guys, wait. We have to address the fact that Wahala says he uses rub after.
Rub. Kind of rub.
Please tell me what you do. Please Explain.
I'm joking. I don't know what he's wrong.
Or some tiger balm.
No, you know, proper Nigerian rub in it. The one that they
Oh,
put the
yeah,
red
yeah,
bottle,
yeah, yeah.
and the
That's
African,
the
and
red cap.
the auntie and uncle on the front of the thing.
That's
It's
like
good for
Vicks
it's good for the joint.
non-issue.
The powerful Vicks.
It's good for the joint.
Anyway, I don't say thank you, man. Ban that. I mean, I would just. It's more of an acknowledgement, and you know, you would have a certain telepathy between the two of you, and you kind of know.
You know, Mr. Wolf nods at her already because he knows for whenever things,
Like a nod.
whenever Mr. Wolf is pleased with something, he gives it a good nod.
Yeah,
I can see him now when he's finished. This, yes, love.
Have you said when the sex was rubbish? Because I was having sex with somebody, and during the sex, I said, "You know, this is rubbish." Isn't it?
Oh my god.
Not during.
But
Sorry.
but it was on both our behalves. It wasn't like
You are rubbish. It was
yeah.
like,
This is
rubbish.
rubbish. This is rubbish.
Wow.
I've done afterwards, but not during.
That's the truth right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've
I was on top at the
received
time.
rubbish sex.
Hang on, did she agree?
I can't remember.
Did the man say he was on top at the
He
time?
said he was on top at the time. I just, love, you know, it's just rubbish. Really.
Oh my god.
Let's continue.
Yeah, I think we carried on. You know?
You might as well carry on. If there's no point stopping.
How can you listen when you're near busting and that? You can't just stop, bruv.
No, I don't think like I finished. I just think I carried on after that. I don't think I actually finished
And I tell
So-
you,
because it was rubbish.
All right, let's get all the way real now. Have any of you had difficulties mounting an erection?
Yeah, the first time this Mr. Wolf, straight up, I'm on business. The first time that this happened was when I was young. I couldn't believe it because I'm a young man, and this is what happened. This is probably my worst sexual experience. I was with a girl from work. This is after I finished a relationship, like my proper first long relationship with a girl from work, and this girl obviously liked me at the time. And when I finished the relationship, we kind of hooked up. And, you know, we were in a place, I think it was like a cousin's place or whatever. So we got in there, you know, got ready and blah, 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 you know, kissing and doing what have you. And when she took her top off, her tits came down by her flipping knees. Her tits just sang like something mad, bruv. And you gotta think that I'm young. I've never ever seen anything like that before in my life.
Was like the Nasdaq.
It just
Stock exchange.
it just came out the bra. It came out the bra, and it just. I was waiting for it to sit there for me to just
Any Brexit breast.
you know,
Any
just to
Brexit
get.
breast.
And
You know what? You know what one woman once told me. She said, "You know, if this woman, those type of breasts, if you lay on your back and you take off your bra, they divorce."
divorce, you know. No, but they were big and they sagged something. I'm took like.
But hold on,
they
is this a woman you just said you were with for X amount of time?
No. I had a relationship, and then when I finished that
I wasn't
relationship,
expecting that. I won't go that to you.
one girl that was in the same workplace.
Oh, it's
me
an
and her,
ex-woman.
An ex-woman, yeah.
Oh,
so it
okay.
was a one-off thing, and yeah. I
did
had
you tell her to
problems.
keep the bra on?
No,
That
that
just
put you
kind
off.
of that just put me off, and I tried and kind of even put it in semi.
You should have used a breast like they do with Agbada and flipped it over her shoulders.
It was the first time that I encountered anything like that, and it just put me off because before I'd seen breasts like that, but with older women.
You know
on
what?
Television.
Had this woman had a child?
No,
As a gentleman, you need to take that L. Do you know why I say
I
that?
took the L.
Yeah,
but
you don't. I wouldn't tell her.
I took the L,
I wouldn't
but-
tell her it was the titty that made me like that.
I
would
never
just say
told
it
her
was
that.
just me.
I
I
never
wouldn't
told
let her
her
go. I wouldn't let her go away feeling that her titty was the reason why my penis didn't arise. I wouldn't allow that to happen.
So that's the only time it's ever happened to you in your whole life.
that's happened before, but nothing that
So
I wasn't able to handle after.
How many times would you say it's happened to you in your life?
Damn.
I wouldn't say
Yeah,
often.
you're proper thinking about it. I wouldn't even know.
I wouldn't say often at all. But sometimes a man's in the mood, sometimes he's not, and when it hasn't happened, sometime after 10, 15, it's just popped up like kabow, baby.
Does that count then? If it came up straight in a couple of minutes after, Does that count?
All right, let me ask you a question. Yeah, to answer that question, if you had a gun and you pulled it out and it wouldn't shoot, and then 15 minutes later it was ready to shoot, did that gun fail you?
Yes. Of course.
Did it hit the target that it was initially meant to hit?
15 minutes later, the target ain't there no more. It's
No,
a
what I'm saying, if
different
the target's still there.
it's a different target.
No,
15
but
minutes
with,
later,
with the woman, the target's still there, isn't it?
it's just different woman though.
It's just the reaction times.
It's different.
Some people are
Essentially,
like,
you missed the
basically-
target.
Basically, one time your penis is Usain Bolt, and other time your penis is Mo Farah. It's doing marathon. He has to work his way up there. It's getting up to the top, and then the last couple of 100 meters, suddenly, it's there. But,
Yeah, but the timing's wrong now, isn't it?
yeah, he's got time in it.
So how about the man then?
It's God's time.
How about the man then?
God's time is the right time.
Has anybody else had that?
Oh yeah.
Stavros,
issue?
I don't think I
It's
have.
God's time.
If I have, it's been once, and then I don't even recall. But I don't really recall it happening. I've got the it's probably other direction. If anything,
What, you just randomly hard for no reason.
it's ready too often. Let's put it that way. Too often. I have to watch what I'm wearing.
Like he's making bread.
That happened to me so many times when I was a kid. Like, you know, we're talking about 14, 15,
Hello,
16,
Mummy and Daddy.
17. And you're you're on the bus and you miss your bus stop because you just got wood just for no reason.
Why wouldn't you miss your bus, bruv?
Because your dick is just sticking out your trousers, bruv.
I'm going for the bus, bruv.
I'm
getting on the bus.
I'm getting on the bus.
No, I'm on the bus and I'm just waiting for it to go down.
I don't wait, boy. I'll show every motherfucker that is there. What do you mean? Everybody's seen it.
So-
I'll walk
so
through like
it-
it's
nah,
like it's Saturday Night Fever, boy. What am I hiding for?
you can tell by the way I use my walk. you're on the bus and you just see a guy with a woody, but it's
time to
not good looking.
It's not a guy, it's a child, isn't it?
You're
Yeah,
a
child
teenager,
even.
innit? You're a teenager, innit?
I'll
It's
wink at the buffest woman I can see. Just give her a wink.
because people will understand that, I guess.
Boy, maybe when you're 15, you don't think about that.
Fair enough.
You know, you're just thinking, fucking hell, man, this woody's just there.
Okay, so let's say that this woman that you're having sex with, that you're fortunately giving her the good pow pow pow, and she's so good that you're saying thank you to. What if this woman
Hold on. How come everybody else didn't answer the question?
Okay, then sorry. Yeah.
Right, was this directed at Mr. Wolf?
Simples, it's Stavros answered too. Simples,
Yes,
Wolf,
you did.
and Wahala. Sorry, look at me saying Simples, Wolf. Simples, Webs, and Wahala. Sorry, the W's get me confused. I'm simple.
Probably. But I don't think I've ever had it to like. I think I'm like what Mr. Wolf said. Like it's never. I think it might have had to happen after I've done it already. So it's second time. Like I don't get up quick enough after I've done it the first time.
If it happened to me, it was such a non-issue that I don't even remember.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
So maybe it was that because I can't ever remember it happened to me. Like I'm saying, Webs, Simps.
It's Webs. I remember the bad sex more than I remember the good sex.
Ooh, that's a perfectionist. That's a perfectionist.
Yeah, I'll
It's
co-sign
a
that.
slag trait.
But it's a perfectionist, but it's not somebody that's answered the question.
But the thing is, I've had an experience where a girl was riding me and her motion, I think I've said this before, her motion was so terrible. I actually just looked at her like, what the hell are you doing?
So you're blaming the woman.
So your
Listen.
penis got softened inside her.
Yeah. Because she was terrible. And you know when you can't move, you're rubbish. You've got no...
So she's got fabric softener pussy.
She ain't no little nut and it's just gone. It's off. And you'd expect... Because I saw her on the dance floor, so I'm expecting, all right, you can dance, so you must know what you're doing. No, the coordination was gone. Missing.
So the theory is not true.
The theory is not 100% true.
Do you think it's... In fact, let me let Simple answer this question first.
But before you finish, I've also had a situation where I will admit I was tired and I did try to be Anita Baker and give you the best that I've got, but I couldn't do it. And I took her home and I was like, do I get another chance? And she said no. And I was like, alright, cool. I told her I was tired, I'm sorry.
Why don't you just eat?
What do you mean? Does Ty
Eat her?
Is he banana man?
I didn't want to eat her.
Oh, sorry.
I wasn't.
Women that listen to ESN, if you could holler at us at ESN Podcast on Twitter and Instagram, or email us if you want some sort of privacy at esnpodcast@gmail.com, and let us know if the man failed to perform on a date. You've been in a couple of dates, you find this man interesting, and he failed to perform. Does he get second chance, or is it like, no, you flopped the game laters? Or how poor does the man have to be in all the other areas before you to say, you know, if you came A grade and everything else and you flopped, then cool. But because you didn't, nah, not even giving you a second chance. Because I feel bad for you, Webbs, because, you know, that's not nice of her.
It's not nice
second
at all.
chance.
No, you get me. That's not nice. You women, let me know if that's most of you. Simples.
This is quite traumatic for me.
But yeah, Simples is just letting it all out this week.
We're all here for you, Simple.
No, seriously, it's quite traumatic for me this week. It's happened to me 3 times in my life. The very first time it happened, I was really, really scared to the point where all I could see was the Pele advert in my head.
What advert is that?
All right, the Belly advert when he was talking about his impotence.
Oh yeah,
The erectile dysfunction advert. That's all I could see in my head, and that didn't make it any better because it's not inspiring thoughts, is it? So it was really bad. Like I got almost into a low place about that one.
He's an old man.
And what made it even worse is that the 3 times it happened, I think 2 of the times it was my girlfriend at the time as well.
I think it's better if it's your woman.
Do you think so?
Yeah, blatantly better. Because they're more understanding about
Exactly.
your misgivings.
If you've performed all the other times and you let off once, then you let off once, innit? What's the? But if it's the first time and then you don't perform, then that's all they know of you.
Yeah.
That's
That's
on
what
your CV.
That's
now.
a story that they go with. Apparently now these women, they're always talking about women are talking about men's sexual endeavors in the WhatsApp groups now that they've got apparently.
Because
You go
experience-
down in history, bruv.
Yeah, but WhatsApp wasn't around them times.
Yeah.
Listen,
Word of
Stavros
mouth
has banged his way into the record books because I know I got women on my case because of bangs that I gave, and women need to know. Stop talking about the good bangs to your bedrooms because your bedrooms will want to bang the bad too, and I know that's what's happened with me. I tell you that now. Blatant.
I told you.
Blatant.
Can I ask a question?
What's that?
We spoke about because Mr. Wolf spoke about the Nasdaq titty,
Yeah.
The
Titty.
the stock exchange
Jesus.
bad. It was really bad. It was like,
Dow Jones.
Dow Jones titty, yeah, right. And
and I never got a second chance either. I didn't even want it.
Did you want one exactly?
And-
You didn't want one.
Web Slinger talked about Ride 'em Cowboy, that obviously wasn't correct, right? And they kind of both blamed the woman-ish type thing, yeah, for their performance in a way, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know about you, but as an egotistical man,
Victim blaming.
I don't know if sex is bad. I will blame myself before I'll blame the woman straight away. Do you think if sex is bad, do you think that there's one person that should be to blamed? If more than apart from if her vagina are open, I'm blaming myself.
Can I go on this one?
Go on.
No, finish. Simple.
No, well, this is why that thing was traumatic. Because I'm in the bathroom talking to my dick like, come on, bruv, you can't do me like this, bruv. Seriously, you can't do me like this. What's wrong? What happened? Like, you like her? What's going
We've
on?
all spoken to our things.
Like, but it was real, bruv.
Parable and verse,
Imagine I'm having this conversation, the Pele adverts rolling around in my head, and all I can hear is erectile dysfunction. I thought that was my future. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So I didn't blame her at all. I was blaming myself completely.
I had similar thoughts.
Did you talk about it after?
To who?
To her?
No, bruv. I phoned Frank.
I would have made her a nice sandwich. Gave her a foot rub.
The thing is, if the woman doesn't arouse you or doesn't keep you hard and keep you excited and enticed,
No webs.
whose fault is it?
No webs. I wanted to sex this woman. I wanted it.
Wanted.
My body just wasn't agreeing with me. Staff, what did you say?
Wanted. a cologne by
What
Simple
was the question?
Simon.
I can't even
No
remember.
question about whether or not it's the man.
Who'd you blame?
Who do you blame, basically?
Yeah, with Stavros saying that a man needs to step up and do this, and a man needs to step up and do that, and a woman needs to step up and do this and that. The ego now becomes part of it in this issue. It's a man's job. It's the man's job. A woman has her part to play. But the banging is to perform that bang. It's your job. What, you're meant to get it up, man. That's just meant to.
No, but if the woman has let you down, is it still your
Literally.
fault?
Let you down in what sense?
Exactly.
Let you down in what sense?
Isn't she doesn't perform as good as she should perform?
Which
means your performance is poor.
Can I put a disclaimer in there,
I
please?
think Webslinger has more of a reason to blame the woman than Mr. Wolf.
Can I put a disclaimer?
Because if you're just talking about a woman's body, I still think it's as a man, it's your job to just overcome that hurdle and deal with the situation at hand. If you put her in a situation where she's stripping off, if you've put her into that situation, then that's your business. You must finish the job. If the woman doesn't perform well during the thing, then I'll give you a bit more of a blind for you to say, you know. But then, like I said, in my situation, when we went, because I'm not blaming the woman and saying she had poor sex. When I said that, I told a woman we're having rubbish sex. And I'm not blaming myself, because sometimes people just don't have that synergy. So she might go to the next person and be the best bang that man has ever had in his life, and me with the next person I do it with. But together, we didn't mesh in that way. So in that respect, I'll give a blight to.
I would say that Webbs's and Wolf's situation are slightly different, because from what I understood from what you said, Webbs, you had the sex had already happened, it already started, which means that you were already solid enough to actually penetrate anyway. I'm talking about before you haven't even managed to, like, you know, you're doing all of the foreplay stuff and nothing is going on. It's very different to being that, because that's a performance based thing. You can kind of say, yeah, all right, somebody else could be held responsible.
Like she didn't meet her KPIs.
That's what I'm saying to you, that kind of thing. But like with what I'm talking about you want to do this thing and you can't.
Well, you don't have to keep putting yourself down, man. It was a long time ago.
No, it was a long time ago.
It was the IDs.
Yeah,
it was
my disclaimer. Was that a mental block?
Is that at the time that I was that we were doing our thing, I was solid. Do you understand? I was solid.
People, you have to understand.
Man's give me that Mandela fist.
At this time, we should have a live feed in the studio.
Man's hand went up.
Yeah, so I was solid, and then you know the undressing, kissing was going on, and then the bra was there, took it off, and then zoom, it just dropped to the floor, and I was actually in shock. So
Get low.
You know,
Get low.
yes, I take responsibility, mate. If that happened to me now, I would know how to deal with it. But
Did you do kick-ups?
at the time, no. I could have. At the time, as a young man, not so sexually experienced, I didn't know how to handle it. Do you understand? So yes, I'll take responsibility, but boy, it's something I'd never seen before, man.
Your body shaming tactics. Anyway, go on.
Did you have to lie down to lick a nipple?
Oh, come on.
All right,
Yes.
moving.
Did you sweep the nipples?
Moving on.
Accepted.
Moving on.
Mr. Wolf likes nipples.
So, like I was saying,
Good grief.
that alone should be the issue. Get that on your t-shirt, mate. Hashtag
Mr.
Wolf.
likes nipples.
All right. Go on. Come on, Steph. Come on. All right. I don't know why you people tears coming from my eyes. All right. Woman banging. She gives you good sex. You say thank you afterwards, but she always takes the biggest piece of meat or fish out of the pot every time you're having a meal. Is this a problem? Should a woman be taking the biggest piece of meat from the pot?
What do you mean? So like, is it just like the nuclear family, i.e. the people in your house, or is it like you have people over?
It's just the two of you. She cooks well,
Yeah.
but then she even serves the food to you, and we eat together on the table. But you look over at her plate, and her meat is like 1.7 times the size of yours, and this happens regularly since the 80s.
You get the wing and she gets the breast.
Something like that.
Jeez.
She even asks you which piece of chicken do you prefer, and she takes it.
And she takes that piece.
I won't lie to you.
Is that a problem?
Or
No.
fish for you.
No, but I won't lie to you. Yeah, I don't know if it's a problem, but I would kind of feel like she don't rate man. It's dumb, but I kind of feel like she don't rate me.
Let's say you even have a running joke that she eats more than you do. So her portion sizes are more than yours because she likes to eat more than you. And in her logic is, well, I eat more food than you. I should have the bigger piece of meat or fish or chicken.
You know how angry I am when I'm looking at you when you said that sentence.
Why? What?
Why? Because she eats more than me, that she should have the bigger piece of meat.
So hold on.
Why not?
Hang on. So what you're saying is, if you had a plate that was 500, you had a plate that was a kilo each, yeah, and she rationed out the thing so that your kilo was 30% meat and then 70% vegetation. I know that would piss you off anyway. But let's just say that was, and then on her plate, it's 35% meat and 25 or 65% vegetation. You'll be upset.
Yes. The only time that I think my woman should have a bigger piece of meat than me is when she's pregnant.
Even if she cooked the meat herself.
And so what?
Look at his face.
So why? All right. So
Any minute now.
Wahala. Why should the woman take the smaller piece of meat?
Because I decided that should be the case. As an African,
Franco.
as an African man,
Yeah.
this is a highest honor degree disrespect. The portion of the meat that should be given is the highest honor disrespect.
Mr. Wolf, you're shaking your head.
Nodding.
Sorry, you're nodding your head.
Yeah.
You're co-signing that.
I do. I do co-sign it.
This is like me
As a foodie.
when she's actually making the meat, while she's making it, going in, taking the seasoning and adding more seasoning to it, and then walking off to say that she can't cook it.
Well,
God damn.
That's the same disrespect.
Right, you took it deep.
That is a disrespect.
Well, if a woman eats more than a man, which can happen in some relationships, I guess, not mine.
In Stavros's wife eats more than he does. I snack constantly in between meals, and she just eats the meal. So when it comes to actual meal time, she eats a bit more than me.
Yeah, I think she's a foodie and you're not, and
Yeah, she loves her food.
you know.
as well.
Okay, let's just put it in this context.
So it
If-
happens. So don't
Yeah,
don't
it does
dash that
happen.
under the
It
table.
does happen, but for the sake of two people that like food, and maybe I eat more than my woman, and she constantly gives me less meat than her, I think there's something dodgy going on.
It's like a
In the event that
It's psychological.
in the event that she
never brings
eats-
it up. She never throws it in your face.
Nah,
It's
it's
just
psychological.
you're just looking
Yeah,
over
I'm
at her
just
plate,
looking-
and
it's
there's like
psychological.
a little side eye. Hold on.
To be honest, it's happened.
Webs, man said it's psychological.
Nah, man.
To be honest, I think
That's her telling you need to get a raise.
that's what I mean. But in the event that she actually eats more, a lot more than me,
Not a lot more.
well, let's just say that she eats more and she has a bigger portion.
Forget the more food. Then just stick with she takes the bigger piece of whatever meat there happens to be in this pot.
Then that's a problem. Why?
Why? What is it? Why not? Why not?
Why is she taking bigger?
Why
than me?
not? Why not? You haven't answered the question. Why should she not take the bigger piece of meat? Who said it's designated for you?
Because I'm the man.
Who said
The
it's
house.
This is my misogyny coming through.
Oh,
This
man
is
of the
my-
house.
This
Is
is
it?
my misogyny coming through, mate. I want the bigger piece of meat.
So
and,
do I.
And let me tell you why I also want the biggest piece
He's
of meat.
pointing at the table.
Let me
as he
tell you
says
why.
this.
Yeah, because not only is she gonna eat her meat most of the time, they're gonna then start looking at your food to eat some of your food anyway. So if they're now giving you less meat already, and then they're gonna come and eat your food as well, because you know what women like to share your food. Let me have some of your.
The women that you're with clearly do that, but my woman doesn't eat my food. She
Every
eats her
woman
own
I know,
food.
they always, well, sometimes they don't want the food. I don't want it, and then suddenly can I have some of yours? Why? I don't know why you want to take.
Oh,
that
okay.
But
okay.
I'm saying
There.
as a misogynist, the misogyny that they might live in me or for whatever society that we live in, I want a bigger piece of me. I don't care about you can have equal rights. You can have as much money as me.
Well, that's not equal rights.
I'll say that you can have all of that stuff.
Yeah, but it's not though, is it?
Burn your
But-
bro. I don't care.
Yeah,
Just give me my meat.
Have all of that, and I agree with all of that and stuff like that. But if it was come to the court of law, you know, and they said, can you pass a law to say whether or not? I don't care about the rest of the man, even just me. That his woman must have less meat than him. I will pass that law.
How about equal meat?
No.
I'll pass that law.
I wish they could see your
How
face.
about equal meat?
Yeah, equal meat is fine. Yes. In fact, equal meat is fine as long as my meat doesn't decrease
Yeah.
to make it equal. So what I don't want to do is cut my meat to give you more to make it equal.
To put that in layman's terms, I don't want to share my food.
Yeah. So basically, what happens if it came to the case where there's 1 kilo for me, right? A whole kilo. Yes, I'm saying that. And there is 500 kilograms, yeah, or whatever, or 500 grams, sorry, for her. And I feel, you know what, this needs to be equal. I'm not giving her 250 grams of my meat. We have to then cook another 500 grams.
Okay. The dreadlocks in the place. Can we have your answers? Simple Simon and Web Slinger.
No, I think I answered first, didn't I?
What did you say?
I'm not really that perturbed about it, to be honest with you.
So somebody take a bigger fish than your fish.
Oh, man.
So she gives you goldfish and takes a whole big fish.
No, that's taking a minute. I said to you though, but what I said was that it's psychologically, I feel like she don't rate me, innit? That's
Simple
basically
Simon
it.
will get sardines.
You think psychologically she doesn't rate you,
Yeah.
and that doesn't bother you?
Well, no, it's, she don't rate you. She don't rate you. She don't rate you, innit?
A couple of weeks ago, you remember you were saying that your dad would have given her the bigger piece of meat if she was earning more money than you. Remember you said that?
Yeah. Because he don't rate you, innit? That's it. Don't rate you. That's what. If they don't rate you, they don't rate you. You can't. What am I supposed to do now?
Earn the ratings.
So I'm supposed to go out now and go and kill a buffalo to let her know that I'm supposed to get the
I think
bigger
this. I think this is divorce worthy, you know.
divorce worthy. You think you can divorce somebody for this?
He said divorce too.
In the village.
Chai.
Web slinger.
If I can't finish my meat, then you can have it. Simple as that. But you are no way giving me a smaller piece of meat. You will see the back of my hand. Simple.
Just yikba.
I don't advocate the beating of women for meat.
I'm not saying I'm gonna beat her. Just saying you'll see the back of my hand.
Beating.
Or you're just gonna put it to her face and let her view it.
Yeah, smell it. Look at it.
Oh God.
Know that. Yeah, no. Unless I can't finish my meat, that's when you can have the meat and you will have more meat than me. But unless I'm not,
Yeah, but do you know why though?
why what?
Why is that your reasoning? Why? Like for me, I'm saying it's psychological. She don't rate, man. What can you do? But what's your reasoning behind this?
Since I was a child
Yeah,
in the house,
yeah,
my father always had the biggest piece of meat.
yeah.
Everybody else meat decreased in size.
Yes. That's a proper Av thing. It goes down in the generations.
I think that's it with me as well. When you asked me what is the proper reason, I couldn't quite grasp it until now. So, Webs.
So,
Salute.
so in actual fact, you guys don't actually have a reason aside of tradition.
Let me tell you something, yeah? In the household, you know there's certain, like, in maybe English households, they will maybe look at you as, like a woman may have her period and she becomes a woman, and the men may have their pubic hairs grow to its fullest and they become
Coming
a
of
man.
age, yeah.
That's what they call a man, or maybe you get your first job, or
Yeah.
something that you
Coming of
man.
age stuff.
Bar
right?
mitzvah.
Yeah, bar mitzvah if you're a Jew, yeah.
L'chaim,
All
yeah.
of that stuff, yeah. And, you know,
Quinceañera.
different cultures. In an Af household, the day that your mum, you go and get your plate and your mum's upgraded you from 1 meat to 2, you know you've made it. You know you've made it. You know you've made it. You go, you don't say nothing.
You know it's true.
You don't say nothing. You go down, you sit at your table, and you sit up a bit more upright with the rest of them. Like you can sit with your dad now. You can't sit with your dad before.
Yes.
Before you sit on the side.
Yes.
Now you're sitting and eating with your dad.
Yes.
And he doesn't say anything either, but he knows that something has happened. Like they've had the discussion in that house to say,
Listen.
is it time for him to have?
Hey, wife. Do you not think now we should be giving Wahala 2 meats instead of 1? The thought did cross my mind a week or so ago. He seems to be eating it very good. Yes, I'm very proud of this child. He's growing big and strong. You need to start giving him 2 meats. Yes, okay, we are agreed. Next day, 2 pieces of meat. Wahala. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a man now.
I made it. It's like you've been upgraded, bruv.
Daddy, can I stay out? Like, shut up, my friend. You have your 2 meats. Don't push the boat. Don't push it.
So somebody then you get married, you think, oh, you live with a woman, or you're just with her, you then gonna be downgraded to have less meat than her? No.
All right, then what if it's not within her culture and you explain it to her and she don't agree?
She
Back of
must
the hand
agree.
is seen.
She must agree.
You shouldn't marry somebody that has that fundamental. Yes, I'm calling it the meat a fundamental difference in your life.
So are you saying that this is a conversation you guys have had with your respective women?
No, my mom was Nigerian. She knows that this is ingrained in Nigerian culture. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Meat is ingrained in the culture.
It's actual part of
It's
the DNA
ingrained
structure.
in the culture. The meat, the way that it must be passed down from generation to generation, is ingrained. There's no reason for me to have this discussion.
All right, one more. Let's say light-hearted question, and then we'll get into some deep things. So let's get through this one pretty quickly. So, you're pretty for a white girl. You're pretty for a white girl. Does this have the same impact on white women, in our opinion, as you're pretty for a dark-skinned girl does to black women?
Does anybody use that term at all? Because I've never heard it before.
What? Pretty for a white woman or pretty for a dark skin girl?
I've heard pretty for a dark skin and pretty for a black girl. I've never heard you're pretty for a white girl.
I kind of thought it the other day,
Okay.
and that's kind of what posed the question.
I've heard pretty fire for white girl.
I've
Yes.
heard that.
Yeah. Well, it's a big song, so yeah.
I think there's people that probably think it, but never open their mouth to actually say it. I think people that don't date white women and have no inkling to date white women and don't really find white women attractive, there'll be times when they'll see a white woman and say, you know what, that one's pretty for a white
Hold on,
girl.
I've said this.
Okay.
Stylist,
okay.
pick up yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I hear that.
told her. No, I've told white women. All right, so maybe it's slightly skewed, but it's similar realm. I've said you're a white woman I'll date, like I'd potentially go out with.
Is that essentially the same as saying you got a bit of black in you?
Ooh. May?
No.
No, he's got a point.
I don't
because
nah.
for me, like,
Hold on, I think I know what he's gonna say.
the reason why I'm not. The reason why Rachel Dozel, Jesus,
That would be her finest moment.
that'll be it, boy. That'll be it. Should have crossed over. For me, I'm not generally attracted to white women, and if I've seen
Racialist.
maybe if I've seen white women that I find attractive, they normally are expressing traits that are typically of a black woman.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
So are you trying to find the black inside?
So, well, no, it's not even that I'm trying to find the black inside. It's almost like
place the
like-
black inside.
it's almost like for me, I'm like,
Like he's Indiana Jones.
if I see you as potentially attractive, and the reason why I see you as potentially attractive is because you are expressing all the things that I would typically find on a black woman, then why don't I just find a black woman?
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Do you know what I'm saying to
But
you?
that can't,
Maybe it's your
what's wrong with you, man?
The black is inside you somewhere.
But you still wouldn't. You still have to say that you find this woman attractive, though.
Yeah, but I find her attractive because she's expressing all of the things that I normally consider
Or you
to be
could
black.
be finding it attractive because that's just how she looks.
Let's not go.
Or she's
let's
attractive for a white girl.
Let's not splinter off.
You understand what I'm saying to you? And that's where I kind of like, that's where it came from. She's attractive for a white girl.
What does that mean?
He's like dropped the penny and
So is it the same thing? Because to be honest, I've heard women, or I've seen it on social media where a woman has said, "Oh, just left a date," and the man, can you believe the man said, "Oh, you're pretty for a dark skinned chick." That was the end of the date. There, I've heard women, but I didn't think men would say something like that. Let alone so as much as we're saying, "Oh, would a man say you're pretty for a white woman?" I didn't think men would say you're pretty for a dark skinned woman because that doesn't make no sense at all.
White she devils don't attack me, but I think
Did you just say white she devils?
Is it she devils or sheet devils? White sheet devils.
I don't know, but go
I
on.
said she devils.
Banshees.
Right, don't attack me, right? But I think
attack him.
I think potentially, if a black man said to a white woman, "You look good for a white girl," she would actually be happy about it.
Oh God. Yeah, you're right.
I actually think that they will take it as a compliment and be like, "Oh, he told me I was good looking for a white girl." I think they'll take it as a
They
compliment.
Is that
attack you
because
anyway,
is that
they're
because of the
crazy.
stereotype that like when black guys normally go with white girls, they're the white girls that no other white guy normally wants. Like,
No, I think it's simply because a lot of the time blacks are held to the benchmark of what is fashionable, what is good, what is blah blah blah.
Listen, either
And
which
that's
way, it's a compliment. Yeah, whether it's the black women, dark skinned women, or the white women, you can call it a backhanded compliment if you want. But if somebody says you're attractive comparatively to everybody else that is in your, your genre, then that's a compliment.
No. Because no, wait.
Yeah, it's a compliment.
Wait.
You look better than the people that look like you.
No, you're attractive or
That's
you're
what's-
pretty for a dark skin is very different for you're pretty for a white girl. Pretty for
It's not different.
It is because pretty for
How's
a
it
dark
different?
because pretty for a dark skin isn't saying that you're pretty for a black person. You're saying you're pretty for a dark skinned black person. Okay. Whereas if you're saying pretty for a white girl, you're saying you're pretty because white girls normally aren't pretty.
Yeah, okay. In this,
So what you're
but
saying
he's
with dark skin girl, you're saying
dark-skinned
with
girls are not normally pretty.
yeah,
It's the
so
same thing.
Out of
So
your
it's the
whole
same
race,
genre.
you're the best looking one. Out of your whole race of people.
Yeah,
You're just opening up the levels of it, but it's essentially the same thing. Whether or not
It's not a backhanded compliment. though.
it is what you would call a
course
backhanded
it is.
compliment. That's what you would call
that's
it.
the definition of a backhanded.
is what
I'm
it-
complimenting you whilst insulting you at the
Well,
same
you're
time.
sorting it, yeah.
That's a
what you
backhanded
do.
Where's the
compliment.
compliment? Where's the compliment?
That you are better than the rest of the people in your section.
But
So,
to
he,
me-
so
but
he's
to me-
insulting everyone around you.
It's like saying this
by
foot-
complimenting you
this
at the
foot-
same
this
time.
football thing you're talking about is like, you know what, yeah. Even though you're in the worst league in the football league, you're the best in your worst league. So yeah, there's so many people better than you, but they're not in your league. Your league, you're the best. Thumbs up.
I don't know. For me, the way I receive pretty for a black girl is like black girls standardly, or dark skin girls. Sorry, dark skin. Standardly dark skin girls are ugly.
Man can't even spit it out.
Yeah, that's what he's saying about the white girl.
That's what they think, right?
Yeah,
That's what they're saying about the white girl. Standardly, white girls are not good looking, but you're alright. It's the same thing.
Or not good looking, but usually I'm not attracted to white women, or I'm not attracted to dark skinned women. It doesn't have to be that I don't think, or you're unattractive, or you're not good looking, or you're ugly.
But
it could
today
just be,
loves your lucky day.
yeah.
Because what they're is saying essentially is, in my mindset, dark skinned girls are ugly, but when I look at you, you're not.
No, it could be, in my mindset, I'm not usually attracted to dark skinned women for whatever reason. But
focus on the white people.
You, I'm attracted to. All right, let's focus on the white women.
Yeah, because that was just an offset.
Run the question again.
So, do you think that if you told, in fact, I don't even think the second beat even needs to be there. What do you think that a white woman would take if you said to her you were pretty for a white girl?
Was that the question?
Yeah.
Well, you changed it, but yeah.
How would a white woman take it?
Yeah.
You said they take it as a compliment.
I think they'll take it as a compliment straight. I think they'll be like, I think there's not many white women that's gonna be overly offended by that. I think some of them will actually be, in
I don't know about that.
in very happy about the fact you said it.
Coming from a black guy, they'll accept it. They'll be happy about it.
Okay, so Wahala and Web Slinger
I don't know.
feel that the women will take it as a compliment in some way.
Rachel will take
it.
it as a damn compliment.
It's guesswork.
Rachel does
really,
it.
innit? It's guesswork.
Yeah, it's guesswork. You know what we should do? We should just, after we finish recording, we should just go outside and tell some women randomly.
Yeah, just tell some random white woman you're good looking. You know?
No, we need to do a cross section for it to make any sense. So we need to find like a 10 or 20 each and see what they say.
I'm not talking to them, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
That's how you
mean,
get arrested.
I don't know. I think it, and you would get arrested as well. I think it just depends. So maybe some women will take it as a compliment, and some women will think that this guy's taking liberties. So I don't know.
I think coming from a black person, it'll be. I think if a white man told a white woman you're pretty for a white woman, I think it'll be a completely different situation.
Yes, I agree.
Stavros.
Did you answer your question?
Yeah, did you
Simple.
answer your question?
I don't know. I don't know. That's why the question came about, because I really don't know. I wanted to pretend like I do, but I ain't got no clue. So I wanted to see what the panel thought. See if we get some other minds on it.
If a woman said that to you, how would you feel?
Well, that you're.
Well, we already established that you're the house Negro, so you got a light skinned one.
Let me throw a curveball here. Let me throw a quick curveball. I've told some women.
Jasper.
I've told some women on conversations that I'm a Nigerian guy, and then I've heard, one, you're good looking for a Nigerian guy, and two, you don't look Nigerian. And that to me is quite offensive, because I think, okay, what is a Nigerian supposed to look like? What am I supposed to hold a spear and have bones going through my nose? And I say that my mum is Nigerian, my dad is Nigerian. I looked at the both of them. I look Nigerian, and they say, nah, you don't look Nigerian. You don't look Nigerian. So
what
for
do
me,
they think you look like?
I can see.
they think that I look like someone from the Caribbean.
I can see why you might take offense to the first point that you're good looking for a Nigerian. But if they just think you don't look Nigerian, unless it's just like, I'm so proud to be Nigerian, how dare you say I look like something else? It's not, in and of itself, it's not an offensive, comment.
To me, because they think that
No, don't be a woman.
I'm not
No
being a
offense.
woman. What are you talking
Don't
about?
tell people what they think, because she's told you, I don't think you look Nigerian. Don't then
So
add on all these
there's
layers
no-
of
there's
you.
no
Do you think
layers.
what? Because
There's no
Nigerians must
layers.
have bones and spears.
There's no layers.
But so why are you assuming that's what she means? Why don't you think?
Because
I just
the
thought
conversation-
Nigerian men were darker or had broader noses than you did. But you don't have you're not that particularly dark, and you don't have a particularly
Because
broad
we
nose.
unravel it with the conversation doesn't just end there. does
Also, every woman has said, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay,
what I
cool. Sorry, women, if I say that you all generalize.
it? Yeah. So that's my curveball. I don't know why I hear that every now and then, but I think it's a foolishness.
No, I concur with Mr. Wolf, because I've heard that on many occasions.
Because Nigerians don't have dreadlocks.
But
Innit?
but that's even a stupid, ignorant way of understanding, because everybody thinks that if you've got dreadlocks and you're black, you're automatically Caribbean. Automatically, like it originated in Jamaica.
Well, there you go.
What was the point again before you went into this Nigerian?
What do you
Pretty
mean?
for a white girl.
Okay, so we can just move on then.
Move on.
Because I know this one splintered off. I can't remember what he said.
Who?
You that didn't went on your phone.
Oh no, I was
I
asking.
don't even know what he said.
I was
anymore.
asking whether or not you'd find it offensive if they was basically to say the same thing to you, like as a dark skinned guy, you're handsome. I don't know if I'd even care.
I don't care. Stavros doesn't care.
I would actually know it's offensive, but depending on who's saying it to me, I just would not care.
I don't care either which way. It's like that. Everybody has their preference, innit? If your preference is like men, and like I don't like it when women say, oh, when men say they like light skinned women or brownies or whatever it is, and then darker women get upset. It's like if that's their preference, that's their preference. What's your problem? You can't fool somebody to like what they don't like.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So I mean, I'm not that way inclined before.
For me, it's having your preference.
I just like black, I'm whatever. But
having your preference is having a preference. When you start then
Yeah, but
degrading
people
the
don't-
rest of the people,
Yes.
that's not that in their preference. That's when, I suppose, it becomes an issue.
But
Yes.
like I said, like I'm hinting towards, sometimes when one person says one thing, you get all this stuff that's put on top of the comment they make, and the comment they make is actually nothing wrong with it, but people add on their own salad and plantain and make an
baked
issue.
beans.
You get me? And
Sperm.
make an issue, and sperm maybe, and make an issue. So
Sperm-
saying that
sperm
I prefer lighter skinned women is, for me, is not in and of itself wrong. Saying that I think all the darkies is ugly though, obviously that's a different topic. But let's get into something that's a bit more up to date, bit more in the news. Teresa May is called
What an eyesore she is. Bloody hell.
You just call her eyesore.
She's an eyesore, man. Jeez.
Wow.
she don't think
You don't think she's attractive for a white woman?
Sorry, what did you say?
What's wrong with her?
Let me find out how old she is.
She looks like a Sith Lord.
I was about to say, did you see the reference they made?
She looks like Emperor Palpatine.
Who's that character from Star Wars?
That's what we're talking about.
Palpatine. She looked like some
Who is that one that you were just talking about 2 seconds ago?
an eyesore, and you say that she looks alright. Oh.
I don't look for 70-year-old women, so I don't know. But
She's 70.
I don't know how she's.
Nah, mate. She's about 54.
I've switched off my actual Wi-Fi, so I don't know.
She's about 50.
But anyway,
50, man. She must be more than 50.
Can I tell you about the dark side?
That's what she looks like, bro.
Take this pamphlet about the Conservative Party, aka the dark side.
She looked like she's been cloned.
We are the
some
Sith.
evil looking thing, mate.
Oh my
She looks horrible.
No.
She's 60. 60 years of age. You are judging a 60-year-age-old
That's
woman.
But you know what?
listen,
She's
last
pension
week
age.
we were just talking about aunties and boys.
Mate, she looks
Someone-
horrible.
No,
I don't
someone,
care how old she
someone
is,
said to me that she looks like she sucks blood.
mate. She looked like a vampire, mate. What are you chatting about?
Rah.
But can we agree that she dresses very well though?
Oh, no.
Have you, then I know you're not watching what
watch what she
because
wears.
Alright, well,
she's-
that's my
Teresa
preference.
May has got some good taste in shoes, except she wears kitten heels, and I hate kitten heels. I hate kitten heels.
This
And
dresses
my mum was
well.
like, she's an old
About
woman.
the dark
She does. She
side.
wears very nice dresses, and she's like, oh. My mum is like, well, she's an old woman. She has to wear kitten heels. I said, no, you just don't have to wear heels. You know, you don't have to wear
know
heels.
the
You can wear flat
power
track.
of the
But then I
dark
suppose she won't be prime minister. Anyways,
Kitten heels.
Afraid I'm
So-
going to have to kill you.
Labour, you know, the Conservatives
Dresses
have,
well.
and Teresa May have called for a general election, June 8th. It's a shock election. She did promise last year, you know, when she came into power, that I will not call a general election beforehand, which would have been
3 years.
2020. It would have
2020,
happened
yeah.
in 2020. So I think the general consensus is that the Lib Dems is they flopped from after they did the coalition with the Tories. Their people left them. Labour's in disarray with Jeremy Corbyn just doing whatever he wants to be doing, and they're thinking this is just a good time to consolidate our power, to put in a vote and just take all these little plots of the UK that we didn't have before, because people have no faith in Labour, who are our only real competition.
That is a classic Sith move.
No, he's right.
It's true, because Star Wars is all about politics, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what I want to ask here is, are we now at a stage, the public, are we now at a stage where we're quite happy to overlook the fact that this is a lying mama rascal? Because she said last year that she wouldn't be calling
Less than a year ago.
Less than a year
Hold
ago.
on,
Less than a
hold
year
on,
ago.
hold on. She's a what?
lying mama rascal.
As in Mum Ra.
As in mum ra.
She looked like Mum Ra too.
But that's what, so can you understand what I'm saying to you?
And again, I'm going to make reference again because Palpatine said the separatists will not come and join the coalition to the dark side and join the Emperor.
Yeah.
And they did.
So, are we
Palpatine ain't
as
lying.
a public, are we accepting that politicians?
Listen,
liars.
we know politicians lie, but what you need
But
to
that one's blatant, though.
yeah, but with this is such a move. It's like it's one of the baddest moves. I'll let him finish.
don't let him finish.
It's like I think it's one of the baddest moves that's been done for a long period of time. It's so gangster, but it could backfire.
It could, because we here are telling you to vote.
Yeah,
vote. Because basically the young people need to vote now. The 18s to 24s need to get up and vote, register and vote, because you not voting in the last one is what allowed Conservatives to get into power in the
and
first
Brexit
place.
as well. You know
Join-
what? Apparently,
join the
the
rebellion.
last vote I think it was some stupid number like 10 million voted for Tories, 9 million or something voted for Labour, like 6 or something for Lib Dems, and all of that, and 15 million people just didn't vote. 15 million people didn't vote. So imagine if those votes had gone to another party. For one, he wouldn't have had. Because remember at the beginning they had to have that coalition because of the fact.
This is why they
there wasn't
push
enough.
certain agendas in certain places, because somewhere like the borough that most of us grew up in, Hackney, it's like there's no point in Conservatives doing anything there. They can try, but that will be Labour, full stop. So they don't even push it there. What they're doing now is like the first place Teresa went to do a little talk was a swing state where state. Sorry,
Listen
I've
to this,
been
man.
I've been listening to so much American politics. It's just stuck in my head. It's a swing
City.
council. There's a swing council where it's like it's just tipped over into Labour.
The word
But
you're looking
it's-
for is constituency.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wolf. It's a swing constituency where it's always been Labour. It's been Labour for a long time, but it's just barely Labour. They're hanging on. And it's like that is the type of place where it's like if Conservatives push, they'll get it. Because also who's them racist bastards that
UKIP.
UKIP as well. Because since their leader's gone, they're dwindling. So their people are now looking to vote for somebody else as well. So they're gonna go to Conservatives because they got them Brexit as well.
How do you think that Labour's going to be able to match this? Because at the moment they're in proper disarray. Because even their own public don't want Jeremy. Well, let me not say the party. In fact, no, the party themselves don't want Corbyn. The actual people outside of the party seem to be voting.
No. The party do because they voted to keep him in. It's the MPs, the Labour MPs that don't like it. But the actual paying members of Labour do want him.
That's
there.
what I'm saying. When I say
so they didn't pay for
I'm
him.
talking about the public people. I'm talking about the MPs. Sorry, I should have said that correctly. But yeah, I don't know how it's going to work out. I think that was the thing about with Corbyn is that he has actually got some really, really good politics. He does, but as a leader, he's not unifying the party. So then how do you deal with this? How does this work?
Yeah, but then you can't blame a man for not being able to unify a party of haters.
What do you mean?
Like the reason why they don't want to unify it to him is because, as far as they're concerned, he's dealing with what most would call real Labour. Yeah,
He's proper Labour. Yeah, he's not centre.
He's not centre. He's proper Labour, and the people that are centre are looking at him like, "Come on, bruv." Like
The Blairites.
This is how we run. This is how we run Labour. Like this is red conservative. That's how we run this. Do you know what I mean? So, and he's saying, "Well, no, this Labour is this. This is what Labour is." So he can't win over
Tony
haters.
Benn Labour, proper Tony Benn
Yeah,
Labour.
he can't win over haters. That's the problem that we have here.
I think.
No, Tony Benn was gangster. No,
What do you mean? This is his disciple.
clearly he didn't match up. Clearly he didn't match up.
Did Tony Benn ever run the Labour? No, he didn't.
No,
But
but
so he matched up.
I just think Tony Benn.
I think
is
with
different.
this situation, I think they need to go. They need to. You know what? It would smash it. What
Bet-
Labour would
better
do
than-
to
better
smash
than
it.
Tony Benn's actual son, though. Sorry.
If would smash it. If David Miliband came back, I think he might be able to twist it. If Miliband came back and they said, you know what, boom, come on.
Yeah, but I don't trust him as a leader.
What?
Nah.
You might not trust him, but most people trust David Miliband.
That's the problem, though.
After he got sniped by the brothers, well, they have sympathy.
Yeah, for me, so this Mr. Wolf here, I don't think that there will be any backlash or backfire. Yeah, this has been called at a very calculated time by this woman, and when the election does come in about 3 months, they're going to win it. Yeah, Labour.
It's less than 3 months, fam. It's like 6
Okay.
weeks away.
Okay,
It's no joke.
whenever it is. So we could push for people to go out there and vote, which is fair enough and fine. But I like Jeremy Corbyn, some of the things that he talks about, but he isn't a charismatic person. And unfortunately, in the day and age that we live in, you have to be charismatic. You have to look good, and you have to have some kind of leadership qualities to get the young middle-aged to side with you regardless of what your politics is
Hang
all
on,
about.
so what do you consider to be leadership qualities? Because I hear people talking all this leadership quality stuff all the time, and they're like, "Oh, he doesn't have leadership qualities." What do you mean by that?
Well, I would put Ed Miliband in there, and I would say that I would not want someone like that, or someone who looks or even talks like that, to run the country. And a lot of people, regardless of what his policies were, wouldn't have voted for him based on what he looked like and how he spoke.
So
And-
leadership qualities is a superficial judgment.
Of course, for a lot of things, it is. Of
For a
course,
lot
it
of
is.
people, it is. I mean, would you say her Theresa May's move was a calculated move or a move out of desperation?
It was calculated, bro.
What desperation is she in?
She ain't desperate. For me, it was calculated. I think that
Even her reasonings is good.
yeah, everything's good, but you know, like we said, she's lied about the idea.
Yeah,
of,
she even came
you know.
with like a reason. Oh, you know,
We need to
because
unify the country.
Yes, because once we go into these Brexit negotiations, that that everybody wants us to do so well, and regardless of whether you like Brexit or not, you still actually want us to succeed
Well,
in our negotiations.
yeah,
if
but-
we're fighting as a country together, then how can
yeah,
can
but
we
one
do
of
it
yeah,
anyway?
but one of the reasons that she gave was to unify Parliament with regards to Brexit. Yeah,
But then how can you be unified and yet separate?
Yeah, but Parliament has already sanctioned Brexit, so that reasoning just goes out the window.
Straight
That's
out the
all
window.
that is fabricated.
Yeah, and also on top of it, I think this election that she's snapped up for has a little bit to do with the fact that nobody voted her in the first place.
Yes,
That's another big thing.
100%,
So
yeah.
she's trying to legitimize her position.
Of course.
Because nobody voted for her.
Yeah.
Hold on, are you saying that because she's a woman, she's insecure, and that she wants people to vote for her?
It's nothing to do with her being a woman. It's
I
the fact
think a
that
man
she
would
just
have done the
slid in
same.
there.
Yeah, but
And I would've done the same thing.
unlike the American system where you vote for the actual president, in the UK you vote for the party. So
Yeah,
it
but
doesn't
the
matter who's-
party head means is who you're voting for. Let's be real.
Come on.
I don't know
Yeah,
why you're
you've
coming
got
with this type of
the-
nonsense.
But it's the truth.
Nonsense discussion.
That's the truth.
Let's be honest. She
you've
wasn't
got the
voted in.
Republic-
They
the
voted
Republicans,
in.
innit?
They voted in Cameron, the pig shagger.
No, they voted in Conservatives.
They voted in Cameron, the pig shagger. That's what they voted in. Yeah, but now
Man dipped.
Theresa May's taken over.
He must feel like a flop.
And yeah, and I don't think that. And the thing about it, I don't even think that most people are going to tell you that Theresa May's done bad since she's been there. She's done all right in the way that she's handled her situations. She
Yeah.
seems to be, firm in what
Which
she's
is another
talking
thing,
about.
yeah, because she hasn't had no sordid, stuff that's come out about her, and like you said, she hasn't flopped the game. She's treading the water. She hasn't done anything fantastically brilliant, but she hasn't
done
flopped.
Brexit
So-
means Brexit.
So in the end,
She was even
saying-
pro Brexit,
Yeah.
and even then she's like, "Well, boy, if
But
that's what the country's doing, that's what we're doing."
And Copeland went to go and join her and said the same thing. So it's not even like the other parties are not saying what she's saying is wrong either. So what the thing is now is she's saying, look, I might as well, while I'm doing all right, let me just call this election and let's just get it out of the way. And the reasons why she's giving, it's not reasons that we can argue about. So
But for the fact that we didn't vote for her in the first place and she's using this partly to legitimize her position, I think we shouldn't vote for her.
no, I think that you should. I think there's nothing wrong with her doing that. I think that she's now saying, if you want me in power, you can have me in power. If you don't want me in power, get me out. There's nothing wrong with that. She's actually giving you the opportunity now to remove her from power if you don't like her. What's wrong with that?
I hear you.
Nothing. It's just infuriating because in practice, what she's saying is that we got this in the bag, guys, and that's why we're doing this thing.
Basically, and what you said, Wahala, is I co-sign 100%. And the first time that I saw David Miliband speak, I said, this man will be the Prime Minister. Obviously, his brother done the Judas move on him.
I would do the same
And it-
stuff.
And it didn't quite work out. But for me, the only way that
hating the other brother.
Labour can get into a position where they can actually be proper challengers, because for me, Labour come like Arsenal right now, a little bit limp. You get me?
You
A
know,
little
as
bit
much
limp.
as it's a shank to your ribs, it's true.
Can I ask you a question?
because
can I ask you a question?
If they hold your
No,
thought,
can you
if-
go through everything you're saying?
Go on.
Do you know who Corbyn supports?
Arsenal.
Arsenal, man. Through and through.
It's true.
Blood and blood.
And it's mad because if
So who are Labour?
if they had a leader,
The Green Party. Labour's Liverpool are the Green Party, yeah.
well,
Yes, constantly in the running.
I'm not even gonna
No, they're
go there.
UKIP.
I'm
I mean, not
not even
UKIP. Lib Dems.
I'm not even gonna go there.
They're Lib
But
Dems.
if-
Tottenham are the Green Party.
If David Miliband did come back, because he took a hiatus because of the move that his brother done, and he's come back into the frame per se, but he hasn't gone back into politics. If he came back, he would automatically become the leader, and I think within 3 to 4 years of the election, he would actually win it, because that's how much I think people believe in him, in what he says, and his leadership quality. He looks the part.
He does look the part, and he's like Tony Blair's better looking protege. I really want to see what happens when they go Christmas dinner at their house, man, because I would be, if it was me and Stab, I know he would just be looking at me with disgust. I know my dad would be cussing me all day long.
Can you explain what happened
Useless
to
boy.
the people that don't know about the Miller Man?
All right, so
And
basically,
before you do that, yeah, Wahala, would you really do that to your brother?
what? For power,
Yeah.
maybe.
Okay. Continue.
No, I don't know.
Shame.
I'd have an agreement with him, innit?
Shame. Bitch.
Anyway, so basically, what happened was,
Wahala doesn't like him saying that word on the podcast, by the way.
David Miliband.
What? Bitch or cunt?
David Miliband would be was basically looking to be the leader of the Labour Party. I think everybody in Labour was expecting him to be the leader of the Labour Party.
The older brother.
The older brother,
Yes.
dear David. He was probably the best suited for this role.
Yes.
He's been groomed for it. Everybody had.
Yes.
It was basically in the bag that David was going to be the winner.
Yes.
And then his brother Ed, Judas Ed,
Bastard.
went behind his brother's back and basically started to run against him, and then made a deal with all of the what did they call them? The people that strike a lot.
The unions.
The unions. That's it. So the TFL crew made a you know, he basically went to go and make a deal with them and got all of them to vote for him, because he said he will sort them out. If he gets in, he'll sort them all out. Blah 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 blah. And then all of those votes took over all of the other people's votes, and then he got in power.
That is a wire move.
But that is politics.
It is politics, but
That
then the
is
problem,
what politicking is.
but they
Family,
should.
man.
What I don't understand is,
Family.
yeah, I understand. You know, you want
Family,
somebody
man.
in power that you think is gonna have your back. But after seeing Ed Miliband, do you really think he was going to win? He always sounds like he's got a cold.
Yeah, like I said,
So
man,
man couldn't even
if-
deal with the bacon tani.
I do remember
so what
us-
you're saying is that his immune system weren't strong, so how could
It
he
doesn't.
lead
Yeah.
anything?
If the man sounds like he's been slapped before he speaks every single time, please. That's how he sounded every time he was talking.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're not gonna vote for him. You want somebody to sound strong. You want somebody to sound like if negotiations is going down with somebody like North Korea, you're not gonna bitch out.
That's
And
right.
he sound like he's gonna bitch out every single time.
How different is Theresa May from Maggie Thatcher?
Very. Okay, when you say about how different, what do you mean?
Like, how different?
From what we know of her so far, from what Teresa May has done so far, they're different. Because Thatcher was
iron fist.
actually the word that Wolf loves to use, that he's not gonna say. He's not gonna say again. She was.
Hey, see you next year.
Yes, she was.
Was she? Yes. The thing I liked about Margaret Thatcher is when she said she was gonna do something, she did it. Whether or not you like the thing or not, but she did it.
If what she does is bastard things,
Okay, so was everything she did a bastard thing?
More or less.
So a lot of people that got their houses because she gave you the right to buy, is that a bastard thing?
you know what? There is.
She
Oh,
done
what
a
did
lot
she
of
do?
things.
No, because
let me say something.
there is stuff. It's just because I'm a bit young and I can't actually recall it. But there's stuff, you're saying that, but what she did wasn't necessarily a good thing.
She
Maybe
done
that
a
part
lot
of
of
it,
bad
but
things,
not
bro.
in the whole. It wasn't like all the things that are coming in now. Remember, politics takes time for things to implement
Yes,
themselves.
yes.
And there's stuff that she's put into place from before that's coming to heed now, and which is why you see all the things that is happening now.
But do you think that's a bad leader?
One of them, sorry.
As a leader, she was good.
One
But
of them,
she wasn't a good
specifically-
leader.
One of them specifically was about mental homes and dealing with mental patients. She shut down a lot of mental homes, you know, bruv. And she done a lot of different things that came into play in the mid to late 90s.
she done SOS laws as well, wasn't it? For the stop and search and all that. She did
Yeah,
the-
all of that.
She was the
So-
ultra
poll
conservatives.
tax, all that.
Whatever
Poll
you,
tax,
whatever.
which is now council
Well, that's a
tax.
good lead because that's what her party wanted. So she did what her party wanted.
But they were bastard moves,
Forget
bruv.
her party. Do you think what her party stands for is good? Do you think what her
No,
party?
personally not.
Let me finish. Do you think what the Conservatives stand for is good? Does it unify a country? Are they there for the benefit of the majority of the country, or are they there for the minority and just basically as a boys' club? So if you say no, I don't think what they do is good, then her. Maybe as a leader, she can say what she does because she got what she wanted through. She got everybody in place. She got she won what is it 3 elections? Yeah, so it's like as a leader, clearly she but what she was doing was not good.
She had a lot to prove as a woman because, like you said, being a part of a boys' club, they weren't willing to accept her. So the moves that she did, which were bastard moves, the boys' club were like, you know what, she ain't bad.
Yeah,
Let's see what else she can do. So essentially,
poll tax
she took
when she died,
she took the flack for a lot of the guys because the guys were like, all right, do this maneuver here, you take the blame for it, and she was happy to do that because she was happy to have that power, have that status.
Some of the older lefties that I know when she died was like, I would go and spit on her.
Yeah.
Great. Like these are people that have lived through whatever they.
Yeah.
And then I was like, because I was like you, Al. I was like, basically, what was so? Because I didn't know nothing about Thatcher, and this one dude schooled me. He sat me down. The look he gave me, I was like, what's so bad about Thatcher? And he looked at me like, are you stupid? And this, he started listing off things.
Was he a union?
And then, yes.
And they hate Thatcher because she was there to crush the union.
But crushing the union is crushing the public. That is taking away the power of the people.
Look at the nurses and the doctors now. Can't even make no money.
The first thing that Americans did was to crush unions after the Great Depression or what have you. In order for them to get back into power, they crushed unions. You have to crush unions because the union is the only power base that the general public has. They hate TFL unions for that reason. When TFL man say we ain't going to work and they all strike and they all stand together, it's the one thing that they can't fight against.
But you see what they're doing with TFL now, because what they're saying is that the public is now going to vote because they want to call a vote. Should we have unions? And the idiot public is going to say no, we should not have unions
because of the striking.
Yeah.
What was that? Is that really going down?
They have said
this is what
they want
Conservatives are doing now.
Because after when they kept doing the votes, especially when Boris was in power, it's like, you know, it's going to get to the point where we're going to have to say maybe there shouldn't be unions, because if all they're doing is holding London to ransom, then really what they're doing is holding us to ransom because we're offering them good pay deals and what. And I'm not even saying that they're not offering good pay deals, or I don't know, yeah. But what I'm saying is that they are they're putting it out there in the air that these people hold us, as now these are Conservatives now, as a community, they're holding us to ransom, and the unions have too much power. Yeah, how can they just shut down London? How can they shut down this and that? Because
we run it.
TFL is the only like strong union left in like the UK now, because obviously the miners have gone. Yeah, which is Thatcher as well. So
she crushed them, boy.
All right,
crushed them.
So how can we let these people have so much power? And they've threw up in the air. We need to discuss whether it should be legal to have a union. Then they put up the vote that, for union things to go through, it must be 51% or more for a union vote to be able to go to a strike. When everyone said, but to be a leader of a country, you just need to have the majority vote. It doesn't need to be more than 51%. You just need to have more than everyone else. But all of a sudden, to just go on strike, you need to have 51%. They're trying to get rid of them. And that's going to be one of the last straws before the Conservatives like, yep, we got you now, bitches.
Well, I'm saying all of you better be voting Labour then, because that is the public party, isn't it? Really for
and Corbyn's talking about putting money back into unions.
Yeah, because he likes unions, because he's a proper leftist.
That's what. But unions is people power. Basically,
but
if we lose unions, we just become slaves all over again.
If you ask your everyday person on the street, especially in London, that commutes and takes the tube, what do you think of unions? They're going to tell you, I don't like them, because most people are not in a union anymore. So they don't even get the idea that a union is there for you.
I think with regards to that as well, even when you're saying with regards to people power, unions that want people power, even them offering this stupid Brexit thing that they should never have done, that has given them some form of look to say that they have allowed the people to make a decision and blah blah blah. So that's actually showed the services in a good light as well, because it actually said he was going to do something and did it. So that's again pushed them into a good light, and I can't see them not winning again, man. I think that if potentially the only way that they can stop this conservative rollover of this whole election is whether or not people that don't vote start to vote, and I can't really see that happening at the moment.
Vote people.
Okay, what I'm saying is that it makes no difference. Yeah, if people come out and they vote, they still will win. And on top of that,
that makes no sense.
What kind of defeatist attitude is that?
No. Go on, keep going.
On top of that, part of the reason why Maggie Thatcher won the 3 elections that she did is because the Labour Party had a poor leader and their structure was rubbish, similar to the way that their structure is now. So until the Labour government or the Labour Party revamped their structure similar to what they done just before Blair became their leader. I can't remember. There was another guy who died, who kind of revamped Labour. He died, and then Tony Blair came into the leadership of the party, and then he won. So until Labour decide to clean up their act, because there's a lot of infighting going on there, people can come out to vote, and people will be undecided, and they would more go with what they know than what they don't know.
Listen, Stavros is here. I'm going to say my last little piece before we break off. I said in the previous episode of this podcast that as much as I'm not a conservative fan, I feel that for me to kind of beat the system, I kind of just have to almost join the system. It sounds very defeatist. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that don't like that attitude, but if the Conservatives is running things and I want my child to flourish in a conservative world, then I need to play the conservative game. That's the kind of life or the ideals I kind of have. But the one situation I'm looking at is, if this goes along and people continue to vote conservative because they just feel there's nothing better, I just don't like the other option because they're a bit weak, then once your unions have gone and once your NHS is gone, I'm telling you, man, the poor people are just going to get squeezed and squeezed and squeezed. And maybe, hopefully, I might make my way up into the bit where I'm up top and I'm looking down, I'm like, boy, it's bad for them people down there. But unfortunately, it's them people down there that's voting to be worse off in 2 months' time than they are now.
I think
you need to vote. Don't vote. I can't tell you to vote for. Don't vote conservative, please. I'm telling you, please.
80% of the people that will go to vote probably won't even know what they're voting for. They just know they're voting for a party, and that's it.
And
or voting for a person.
And that's part of the problem with Labour, because when they did come into power, a lot of the people knew what they stood for. They knew what their mantra was. Now, people, you ask them about the Labour Party, and they're not too sure whether they're left, right, centre. They don't know what their ideals are, and
there's too much infighting.
There's too much
because the leader is quite
infighting.
clear what he's about.
Yeah.
And when you're talking about unions, there's a lot of unions out there. It's just that they're kind of squeezed into a little corner, because no matter what company you work for, there is a union that you can join. And if the Conservative government decide to stop the public having unions, that means not only the TFL union, kind of forgot what our union is now. Is it called union?
I don't know.
You got
TFL, man.
You got Tessa, you got RMT,
and RMT. So RMT being one of the strongest unions out there. But there are a lot of very small unions that do a lot of fantastic work for people in certain workplaces, and all of those small unions will disappear. Trust me.
I think that Jeremy Corbyn should go out and find Drake and Giggs and just put them on the party and get a mixtape out. I think that's the best way he's going to get the young boys.
And you know
you
what?
can do it in 6 weeks as well.
The weird thing is, as crazy as that sounds, it's not a bad idea.
Drake's already a road man. He can join Labour Party, He got a passport.
No, because imagine. Come on now. What do you mean?
No.
Do I really have to spell it out?
I'm on this thing, bro. I'll be there with Giggs, man.
Listen. When you look at politics,
Labour.
you know when what's his name? The American guy. What's his name?
Trump.
No, the one. No.
Clinton
Clinton
got best celebrities.
Enough of them.
He did.
Black and white, and a lot of black ones as well. So
Obama.
we're not just talking about gigs.
Yeah, but that's American presidency.
Obama.
They all do that.
I'm saying
that's a normal thing over there.
It's not a far-fetched thing for them to get people.
That's what they do over there. We don't do that here.
Exactly, and I'm saying that it could work here.
Corbyn should be in Skepta's tunes, doing background vocals, talking about policy.
If that was implemented, that would change the face of politics
Completely.
It would.
Can you imagine Stormzy just backing the Corbyn thing?
He has already. Yes.
A lot of them are backing him.
Yes. No, Stormzy's gone on record saying, what did he say?
My man Corbyn.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, man, because they're gonna they shift power now, man. Remember, I'm trying to tell you, this social media thing shifts power now.
That's what I'm saying.
We didn't touch on something, and we need to, right? Because George Osborne has now stopped being an MP to go and take over from in the Evening Standard.
Standard, yeah.
And people don't see the power of that. He's now the editor of the Evening Standard. Again, that is now another shift for the Conservatives. I don't know what the Evening Standard was before. I don't know if they were Labour or if they were Conservative or what.
Conservative.
But
and they hated the unions.
they take when you have these people that you know are known to a particular party running these newspapers, that means that they can push the narrative that they want out. How many people pick up those newspapers every day free, you know?
The story will change.
Yeah, but that's
in a
always
hot
been the
minute.
case with press.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but this is what I'm saying. These people are taking over. There's different ways that people are doing different methods of taking over.
They're annexing the space, basically.
So we need to find
No, but that's always been. This
I'm
is
not
not a new
disputing
thing.
that.
So
I'm not saying that
they're
it's not.
annexing- That's it's
no,
just,
but
that's
you
it.
don't usually get MPs quitting their jobs.
Chancellor
to be
of
editors.
the Exchequer.
Be editors of newspaper.
It doesn't matter when you have Rupert Murdoch that runs the thing. Whatever his agenda is, it doesn't matter whether he was part of the party or he just supported the party. It doesn't matter. That was his agenda. So all of his news publications, whether they be TV or
Yes, we
publications,
understand that.
all push that
But
agenda.
people are
This
not-
is not new.
people are not
so when you
quitting
said
their jobs.
when you said was Evening Standard left or right, so what you're saying is that it's a different type of power.
Yes,
But
he's-
I'm saying it's not a new different.
No,
type
no,
of
no.
power.
I didn't say
It's
he's
always
new.
been that way.
No, but he's quit his job publicly and moved into this new job.
But as we said in our little WhatsApp group earlier, he's probably going to earn more money doing that than
and he's
this.
going to be able to make as
Greater
much shift
influence, yeah.
as he was even before. And that's what I'm saying, that if you this new age that we're living in now,
And he tax
and
cheat.
these 15 million that people are not that's not voting, I think they're all young voters. They're saying is not voting. They're all on Twitter. They're all social justice warriors. So you need to start jumping on them and start getting them to vote. So the way you might need to do that is to get people like Stormzy saying, "Man like me vote Corbyn." And you might need to get somebody like Skepta saying, boy better know, but boy knows Corbyn. Something like that. You know what I mean? you got to get these men to do these things.
What a slogan.
But you know what I mean? You need to get these guys to do this, because in the end, they may be pushing these young boys to say, you know what? Let me not shank a man today. Let me go into the voting booth and vote. Then shank them when I come out. You know what I mean? You might make a difference. He might need to start hitting up all of these mans, because a lot of people have got his backing. Don't go to Wenger though. Wenger ain't helping you.
And to be fair, that was part of the campaign that got I think it was Obama into power. He got a lot of young voters.
He got the most young voters ever.
Because he was
There you go.
influencing change.
There you go.
Corbyn's going to influence change, but the way that his own party's rubbish in the change is not helping him.
And then one of the reasons that Hillary didn't get in is because she alienated all the young voters, so they didn't come out for her. So.
And there
It's
you
true.
go.
No,
Social media.
okay. You see me, I'm like, I'm always open to being swayed by good argument. And whilst you lot were talking about this whole pushing onto like these music stars or what have you, or these young influential people, I did realise, yes, that if Corbyn had 20% more swagger, it would help his life.
It would blatantly help his life.
Yeah, I can see that.
Remember, they tried to get him for stupid things like being on the train. Remember, he was on the train and somebody said he takes the train and he was in normal class, not business class. Then they was complaining that no, he was in somewhere. He moved. Like they're just trying. Everyone's trying to discredit the way he looks. They're trying to make him look like a dickhead.
The thing is, he's trying to live his life as a person who supports the party as well as being in the party.
Exactly.
He's not saying, okay, I'm the leader of the party, so man has to take a private jet. No, I'm
Trying
no
to be
different
every
from
man.
you. Yeah,
Trying
he's
to be
every
every
man.
man.
And that's why I respect about him more than anything. Because that's the first time that I've seen a politician who is, aside from maybe George Galloway, it's the first time I've seen a politician
Bad man Galloway.
that is like, I can identify
real.
with him.
Yeah,
I'll tell
He's real.
I forget, like, his colour don't mean nothing to me now. I'm not looking at his, this is the white man. I identify with him. He does stuff that I do.
All right. That might appeal to the younger voter. I think the older and the middle-aged voter, they look at power and they respect power. So this is why Trump got into, is because
But
he's
what I'm
a
saying is-
powerful man. He's a rich man. He's a businessman. He knows how to run things.
If-
And I want him to run the country.
If Corbyn-
not some ankle swinging trouser dude with frizzy hair, you know, with that loves to actually put himself down. He
Like
has
Boris. Like Boris.
He has power.
Yeah, if Corbyn gets the young voters to swing behind him, then all of that goes out the window, isn't it?
Okay. That was a wonderful conversation about politics, and we are now wrapping up. We had a lot more questions about social media and feminism, but we'll probably try and get back to that next week because they're all linked, and I couldn't just ask one without the rest of them, so it's going to run too long. So let's say our goodbyes on our church notes. If people have something they want to promote, say it within their church notes, and let's start off with Big Wahala.
At Big Wahala on Twitter. Come chat to me. I'm having a few Twitter conversations these days. I'm getting more involved in the old Twitter. So yeah, if you want to discuss any of the things that, you know, we've spoke about here, or any of my views as well as the other guys' views, you can holler at me at Big Wahala on Twitter. You can see me doing postings on Instagram at Big Wahala as well.
Twitter superstar. That is what you are.
I wish.
We have Simple Simon.
Simple Simon, that is Simple Simon FB on Twitter. That's right. I'm not the superstar that Wahala is, but I'm there, innit? I'm there.
DJ Webbs.
So much you,
You know, I actually cut these breaks out. I'll edit them out with these little.
My lord, the rebel base has been destroyed. You may start your assault. Webbs, Twitter, that actor, my boy over there, is on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Please check out a short film called Capture. It was we had a screening at the BFI yesterday. We are going to Cannes, but we want everybody to still
Because man wasn't invited, was it?
support and promote.
I've been can.
Please watch it. But
Check out Capture, the trailer on Twitter. Thank you.
listen, as your boy, yeah, let me say this: going backwards and forwards, two personality thing is not working, fam. I'm here for you. I'm trying to tell you, it's not working. Just try something else.
It's not my fault. It's his fault.
Good
Yeah,
grief. Mr. Wolf.
like
That is a good comeback. Mr. Wolf.
Yeah. I've been can. Can's good, man.
Cannes Film Festival
lovely.
is meant to be good. I'm
You,
hoping
you
I
stayed
get
at the
to go.
same place?
Yeah, stayed at the same villa in the mountains.
In the mountains.
Wicked.
Kansas is a nice place.
Yeah, man. It's Yummy online, Twitter, and Yummy's Insta on Instagram.
Yay!
I was
out the aid
17
of a phone.
episodes later.
That's
Up
what I
Nepa.
mean. That
Up
took
Nepa.
me 17 episodes. But yeah, man, catch me on those. And even on Facebook, you'll find me if you want to. Yeah, man. Boom things. Bad man.
All right, ladies and gents. That's the end of another Scrumptious podcast. I'm Stavros Boss. Catch me at Stavros Boss everywhere. Catch us collectively at ESN Podcast on Twitter, at ESN Podcast on Instagram, and on Facebook is facebook.com/ESN Podcast with an S. You can also email us any questions or comments or anything you want to say to esnpodcast@gmail.com. Also, when you subscribe to us, which I'm sure you're doing, I know you're doing it.
They're doing it, damn it.
On all these different methods. Please, either if you're on SoundCloud, make a comment on a bit. If there's an actual part of the podcast that you're screaming at us, because I hear a lot of people think they're in the room and they end up talking to themselves because they're trying to say something to us. Write it on the thing. One of us will get back to you and say, "Are you dumb? Are you talking?"
Yeah, for real.
Catch
us on the personal. I mean, if you don't like what Stavros said, if you don't want to put something out there in the public, email us and put a name on there for the attention of.
or DM ESN podcast.
Can we please identify yourself, the woman whose breast was caressing the floor? I would like to know who you are, and does your breast had a lift?
Was she the teacher from South Park?
Titty superstar, that is what you are.
Remember, everybody, if you ain't saying nothing, say it well.
Slack for life.
I move for a vote of no confidence in Chancellor Valorum.
Have you noticed that stuff that even said look later on?
I was gonna say more, but this one is telling them to left.
I know. I was thinking, why you still something to say?
Let's do it again. I'm not gonna stop it. Let's actually say goodbye properly.
Well, I gave my socials. I gave the socials. What I was going to say is that please review us. Write some reviews on the different forums that you're subscribing to us on, and yeah, because we need the reviews. They boost things, and we need a bit of boosting. Because I'm on top.
There's a pill for that, bro.
And some herbs.
So if you ain't saying nothing, say it well.
Slag for life.
Latest people.
Maybe one day I'll explain to you this.
If they don't know me by now, come on.
I don't think
If they haven't listened to season 1, they're not gonna know.
I think we need to.
You need to stop thinking that everybody's like those us.
I think a lot of them don't know.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know the whole post. Franco is just one long random.
The Franco chicken story is not funny to anyone.
Wasn't there? Yeah.
But you just explain.
You had to be.
That's what I said. The certain in jokes
Really one of those ones.
Oh, the in jokes are good though, because it's for us to have a good laugh.
This Betty every time you say it, I don't know.
Well,
maybe when the hope.
Yeah, but this is what if you don't know.
No, actually, that is one of the problems. No, I watched the whole thing where the man brings whoever
Live action.
Hulk. Oh, is that he did it in the cartoon? Oh no, I didn't watch it.
Nah, he just went.
Okay, no, I didn't watch the whole cartoon. Was it even a whole cartoon?
There were 2 Hulk cartoons.